Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers, Blowers, and Guns. As you know from yesterday's episode, I went with my son and my friend, and we met my other friend over there at the Calverton shooting range over in Ridge, Long Island, where I went and tested out my very first time, my AR-15 budget build completion. So I wanted to fire off a few rounds and see if we can sight in the scope. Scope seems absolutely fine. While I was so far away, I couldn't see exactly where I was shooting because my friend, who will remain nameless, forgot to bring the spotter scope. So we weren't able to really see. So after firing off, quite a lot of rounds, I was very frustrated thinking that I wasn't really hitting the target at all because I couldn't see. And then finally, when we did go and check, I was right on. I just need to turn the windage a little bit to the left a little bit, and it's sighted in. Perfect. I was having a lot of problems with jamming, cycling, and double feeds. A few double feeds. And so I was getting very frustrated because I thought, man, did I do something wrong, And then I have a lot of subscribers now who have chimed in on my issue. And they said that, well, it could be your, when you built it, right? Your mag release could be too tight, therefore not allowing a magazine to properly go in, click, and if it's not completely seated, it's going to have problems with the bolt extracting as well as cycling a new round in there, right? And so I thought maybe I should just take out a couple of revolutions on the mag release, and that might fix my issue. But before that, I removed all my rounds out of this mag here, this hex mag, and I thought it was a hex mag too, that it might be an issue. I read that somebody said that they filed down a little bit on the top here and it worked just fine, but I'm not going to do that yet. So I was going to test this to see if it, clicks and releases easily. So I wanted to test it, right? So I took out all the rounds out of this one, and just to make sure, clicks just fine and releases just fine. Goes in, comes out. So that's not it, Another guy, or a few guys told me, including my friend, told me that, hey, maybe your Prisma mil-spec carbine standard 3-ounce buffer system is too heavy. So if the buffer tube, the buffer in the buffer tube is too heavy, right? The bolt doesn't go all the way back so that it cycles the next one in. It doesn't extract the bullet and go all the way back to cycle the next one in clean. And I noticed that the last round bolt hole open didn't work, which made a lot of sense, because if the gas isn't pushing the bolt far enough, it's not going to catch the bolt release, and then it won't hold the door open, the bolt open on the last round. So that made 100% sense. So then I thought to myself, well, this is a standard 3-ounce buffer. How am I going to go and find, let's say, a 2-ounce buffer, right? So I was watching a couple of videos, and you ready for this? It's so easy. I removed my buffer system, obviously, right? And inside here are the weights. This is a 3-ounce buffer. Inside had 3 of these weights. I simply took a punched out the roll pin in here, removed the, plastic or composite or polymer, whatever little stopper here, pulled it out, and 3 of these things came out, okay? And so I just took one out. So 3 ounce, 3 weights. Take one out, you got a lighter buffer at 2 ounces. So here it is right here. I'm going to install this buffer system back in here again. And next time I go, we'll try it out. And hopefully that would fix my cycling and last round bolt hole open feature, that the gas will be enough to push the bolt back. Because it's lighter now, it'll go all the way back and therefore be able to extract and recycle that new round into the chamber without any issues. And it may not be a mag issue at all or a mag release issue. So we're going to try that the next time I go. It may be a while because it's hotter than hell these days. As you guys saw from my video yesterday at the Calverton shooting range, it's not even fun when it's that hot, you know? It's really very torturous, actually. So it's very difficult to withstand that kind of heat, you know? Anyway, so here we go. It's supposed to jiggle like this. If you jiggle yours, you'll know what I mean. Just go home and start jiggling it, all right? You'll see what I mean. It jiggles. So instead of 3, there's now 2. So that is a lighter buffer, which may or may not fix my problem. But we'll find out the next time we go, you know. Another issue I had yesterday was that my M&P 1522 22 long rifle plinker, while I've used this a couple of times already, last bolt hole held open was always working. This time it didn't work. So we have an empty mag here. Be safe. Goes in, comes out. It used to be very smooth, right? But over the time, you know, it starts to get a little rough, whatever, and it doesn't fall out completely. You know what I mean? It does, though. You know. Anyway, so last bolt doesn't hold open. See? Just releases. Now on this side where you have the bolt release, right? There's a lot of play here. Look at this. Pretty sloppy, right? And if you pull it, it doesn't hold it open. Now if you put your finger right here on the bottom part, it does hold it open. So there's a spring or something that may be dirty and gummy, you know, and is not easily released by itself, or it doesn't go back in. I'm gonna take down the takedown pin, and the pivot pin. I'm gonna do a field strip. Remove the upper from the lower, and I'm gonna inspect this area right here. So I figured it out. You ready for this? Now I don't know why it all of a sudden does this, but remember these little 3D printed clips that I put into the pull down? See, basically these two things were there, like this, which allows you to pull down the tension of the spring so that it's easier to load with these little buttons, right? I had these 3D printed from my friend, and when I installed them, you know, what it does is it holds, it takes up like, I want to say 1/4 inch of space there, which doesn't allow this little tab to go all the way up, and this little tab that goes all the way up on the last round pushes this pushes this bolt release out. So look, I removed the button from this one, right? And now this thing goes all the way up, whereas this one doesn't. It almost holds it down a little bit more. This little tab is not all the way up, it's slightly depressed. So I guess with wear, now if you pull it last round, it stays open. See, that was the reason. So it's these plastic little tabs. I have to just remove them. That's it. That was the reason. So I'm just going to remove these tabs, and then I should be good with last round bolt hole open. I'm going to adjust my scope on the windage and take it about 1 inch or 2 to the left of the target, because the elevation was perfect. So everything seems fine now, and this does feel a little less tensiony. It's still pretty stiff though. It would take a lot of gas to get this all the way back, but hopefully the removal of that 1 ounce weight fixed my issue. So just a quick short there on possibly what's wrong with my rifle. I await your comments. So some of you guys who are very well versed in this rifle and how the mechanisms all work. And like I said, this is my first build ever. I mean, I bought the other 2 rifles that I've had, but you know, obviously with the hobby, you learn as you go. And for me to be able to fire this pretty accurately yesterday, even with the jamming and cycling and double jam issues, I was very happy with its performance. You know, so hopefully we cured my jamming and cycling and issues, and I actually got to use my you know, forward assist a couple of times because it was having trouble, you know, getting back in there cycling again. You know, so very happy with it actually. You know, even with the issues. And let me know in your comments if you think that this might have been the problem, you know. See you guys next time on Mowers, Blowers, and Guns.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
From Mowers and Blowers! As a YouTuber that deals with small engine equipment on a daily basis, I worry about the harmful effects of the 10% ethanol that's in your unleaded gas from your gas station. Here on the East Coast, as winter nears, I think about storing my summer lawn equipment for the winter. Ethanol absorbs moisture, and what it does is it could rust or corrode and clog up your jets in your carburetor. That's why I use Ethanol Safeguard with stabilizers from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. Before you store your machines, a little bit of Lucas goes a long way. When you're ready to use your machines again, fire right out! Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video, and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or 2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.